Yo, good morning, friendly neighborhood lurkers. I see you. Uh, move it, move it. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know what to write in the go live notification, so I was just like, move the boulder. The boulder does move, by the way. I figured it out last night. Um, yeah, we've got an ad break coming up, and while people are coming into the stream, I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee really quick. I'll be right back. Oh, good morning. Hi, Bridgewater. Bridgewater, did you miss your streak yesterday? I feel like you weren't here. Hey, Tanarax. Sorry, I just went to go microwave some water. Hey, ABCD on YouTube. Good morning. Ooh, hi, Enbren. Don't knock the chair stream until you try it. Yeah, hype for microwave water. You know what's kind of crazy about having blonde hair? I can totally pull off wearing pink and blue now. I don't know about at the same time, but separately for sure. Hi, Judy. Good morning. Audio is low. Are you sure? I think you might want to turn up your volume. It's a bit of a quiet stream, I'll admit, but I don't think the audio's that low. I mean, I can see the microphone reaching into like the yellow on OBS. BRB, try not to melt. Is it hot today? Just making a mess. It's almost 30 degrees Celsius. Oh my god. Do they even have AC in Europe? I've been told repeatedly by EU haters that the EU doesn't actually have AC. What's going on with my hair? I should have washed it this morning. Getting coffee and what else? That's it. Just coffee. Yeah. Hey, Mazzy. Welcome back. I'm glad you came back. First time viewer yesterday. What is my microphone? Do I recommend buying it? It is a good microphone. It's the Shure MV7. So it's like the baby cousin of the SMB7. It's expensive. I think this one, when I bought it a few years ago, it cost me like 400 Canadian dollars, which is like, 200 American dollars now or something. Also rare in some homes in northern United States. I feel like Canadians like air conditioning in the summer. Yeah, it's a good microphone. It's just expensive. Like if you Mute Love, if you don't have like a reason, if you don't stream or like whatever it is, right? Whatever you do, if you have a reason, I think it's a great microphone. But otherwise, I'm like, I don't know if I feel like you get away with something like a Blue Yeti instead. I bought it because I was doing like, well, course stuff at the time. But I probably didn't need to buy it, honestly. It just kind of worked out though, because I started streaming not too long after that. Blue Yeti is garbage because it's not the same type of mic, dynamic versus condenser. That's true, yeah, and this one has like supposedly is a built-in pop filter, even though I can hear myself puh, 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 all the time. Good morning, Nell. Oh, thanks, yeah. Actually, Kai gave me this sweater. She's like, this is too small for me. You can have it. Like, okay, sure. I don't have enough sweaters, honestly, so this is my thing. I collect like sweaters from partners and then I keep them forever. That's where my black zip up hoodie came from. It was like an X. It is a flex to join a meeting with a planar headphones and SM7B. Yeah. I guess it's a flex. I do join meetings with this microphone all the time. I am remote though, right? And people like there's a thing where people associate like people think that you are more intelligent if your video and audio looks and sounds clear, right? But also I use this microphone for everything. I don't know. I don't regret buying this microphone, but like if I wasn't using it every single day, I might regret it. Hi Darius. This is really good for the price. Cool. It's very cute. Oh, thanks, Judy. Yeah. Yeah, it is cute. It's a weird fit, but it's cool. I like it. It's a relic from the time when thumb holes were a thing. I think it's a Lululemon sweater, so it's supposed to be for like running, like athleisure or whatever. The XLR and USB depending on what you want. I thought about buying an audio interface because I was gonna do XLR with this microphone, but then USB works fine for Mac. If I wanted to use this on Linux, I'd probably have to buy an audio interface. That's another consideration. This microphone kind of doesn't work. I don't know if this microphone works well if you're on Linux. Yo, Lawton. Welcome to the stream. I'm alright. Alright, I got a little infection brewing on my lip. which kind of sucks, but it's a good thing I'm going to the doctor today. What's the goal for today? Good question. I did figure out the movement problem, the movement physics. So got took forever because I thought, well, that's weird. I saw in the logs, I was like, they should be moving together. So then I created another player and watched it through my like current player, and then like the stuttering from this iteration was because of like the client side prediction reconciliation, like server reconciliation. But if you're not the current player pushing it, the other players actually do push the block, like, and with the animation that I wanted, like they move with the block, so it does work. I just need to figure out how to make client side prediction understand that. USB mic should be fine. Same with Class A audio interfaces. Oh, I see. How's the blonde arc? Blonde arc is going well. Very well. I look great. Thank you. Yeah, and yeah, for some reason pink is now my color, and so is blue. Check this out. Blue Jays hat. I feel like I can totally pull off like blue now. Blue and pink. I can totally pull off. I feel like before I couldn't really pull off blue and pink. Sports girl look, yeah. I mean, I am a Blue Jays fan, so that checks out. I went to a Blue Jays game like last week, actually. Exactly a week ago. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. All right, somebody asked me some shit about code, and then we can finally get to the actual coding. Nice hat. Thank you. Thanks, Nora, on YouTube. Oh wait. Uh Nora, I'm gonna make you YouTube. I'm gonna make you a moderator on YouTube as well. That is your YouTube account, right, Nora? Wait, what? Nora, you're not in the you're not in the Twitch chat. Hopefully I didn't just give moderation power to a random person named Nora. That would be really funny. Have I done an MBA? No. Why would I do one of those? Pokemon vibes with the hat. I wanna be the very best. No one ever was. So many like children's messages. You ever notice like a lot of like children's messaging is about being like the top of your field? Pokemon, I want to be the very best. Lion King, I just can't wait to be king. Like I've noticed this like common theme in like children's like media. I don't know. Anyways, hi Nora on YouTube. Okay, so it is you, right? Nora, please tell me it's you. Burrito, 30 stream streak coming up. Bridgewater, are you still? Did you save your streak from yesterday? I need to know. Yes, it's you. I was here yesterday. Yes. Okay. All right. I was just making sure. Somebody missed their streak one time, and I got a lot of shit for it. That's because I streamed on a Saturday. Hey, Anani. Good morning. Yo, seriously, does anybody have any burning questions about software development or AI or whatever? Or something, rather? So I can clip farm and then we can move on to the code. Whoa, Tanarax, you're back. 75 streams. I wonder, they should add a stream leaderboard. Like, why don't they have a stream leaderboard, stream streak leaderboard? Favorite programming books? Probably Learn You Haskell for Great Good. Hacking the Art of Exploitation. Scalable Internet Architectures. Game Programming Patterns. What else? Sorry, I'm just looking at my bookshelf. Grey Hat Python is pretty cool. Mostly just the chapter on how debuggers work. Yeah. Did I miss any? Those are probably my top programming books. That's great content, actually. I'll have my editor clip that and maybe put like a picture of the book on top of every time I say it or something. I should create a reading list. Oh my god, I should create a programming reading list or something. Can AI ever achieve true general intelligence, or will it always be narrow? Okay, so there's a couple of problems with this intelligence thing. We can't really like decide what intelligence is or means, right? Like, is a cat intelligent because it can hunt? Or are humans intelligent because we can do like made up human white collar labor? Like, right? Okay, I'll make a reading list for you, Mazzy. Like, if we think about what a generative pre-trained transformer actually is, it's basically a collection or series of embeddings. An embedding is just a probability vector. And it's basically the vector of probabilities of what the next token is based on this current token. Transformers? Yeah. GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. Right? So basically, all these LLMs are just kind of like giant sets of embeddings, right? That's why people keep saying they're just next token predictors. And then they have a bunch of other models built in there now too. Like multimodal AI has like basically, you know, but let's take like ChatGPT as the example. So all the text that's done with embeddings and junk trained on like these embeddings come from like basically stochastic gradient descent trained on tokens from the entire internet, the text of the entire internet, right? And then you have all these other models like convolutional neural networks, so they can see, and just all this stuff. There's all this stuff going on. But the biggest problem is we don't know what makes us intelligent. We have big brains, We have big brains and lots of neurotransmitters. And that shit is wildly different than any of the tech in large language models, any of the AI that's happening right now. Like there has to be a breakthrough where we're like growing brains from like yeah, I don't know if growing brains makes sense, but basically like it's not really intelligence. It's just a big guessing machine. Well, bees can do geometry math. Well, there you go. Is it as smart as a bee? I don't know. But I think for like general intelligence, right? And like an LLM would probably have to say something like, I don't know, those stupid code reviewing AIs, they got to say it looks good to me. They never say it. Isn't growing brains equal to training the model? But no, like human brains do not work like human brains do not work like embeddings, right? We are not next token predictors. There's still like so much of the brain that humanity doesn't even understand. Trillions of like neurotransmitters constantly in flux every second of every day. It's a model, not a special one. Yeah. AGI is just whatever companies decide it as. Well, that's different. Okay, like are we talking about because if are we talking about a scientific term or are we talking about marketing now, right? Because like some companies they say AGI, ASI, but it's actually just marketing bullshit, right? I think AI is encroaching on memetics. Why so many people feel threatened by current releases. I don't know if I agree with that honestly. They output more data than they import because everything it learns is vectorized and needs storage. I'll just sent mine back for more training. Human brain can learn in isolation, which AI models cannot. Uh, That's actually a great point. Because models need giant training sets, but humans can learn. Well, humans are basically highly evolved mammals, right? Involve rote work. Is that a word? Yeah, they do, but it like my new friend here on YouTube said, it's still for an AI, it still requires like large swaths of training data. Hmm. Hang on, guys. I'm just looking at something. Looking at Blue Jays merch. I wanted a booby Blue Jays top to wear to the Pride game next week, but I don't think they have them anymore. I'm just lucky that being in academia, I don't do important enough work for there to be lots of training data. Yeah, I don't, hmm. Hmm. Any other burning questions this morning? Hi, Soul. Good morning. Uh, anybody at all? Any takers on the question situation? Clip farming question situation? Ask me anything. How to make 1 million Canadian dollars? Will we have to clean toilets while AI write programs? Probably not. Would I be able to guide you towards how to start game dev? I've been mainly a web dev. Recently started using 3GS and loved it. No Blender now. Want to know how people build? Yeah, I guess. I'm not really the best person to ask because I'm kind of on this journey myself. Like, I'm basically a hobbyist, EOD from YouTube. But yeah, I would say just try to make games. If you're like stuck in the programming phase, you could check out Game Programming Patterns, the book, one of the books I mentioned earlier. This will kind of give you like a basic introduction to like the different types of code you want to have to write. A racing game, that's cool. Any other languages I like besides Clojure? Yeah, Haskell, Scala, Go. I guess it's probably not very fair to list a bunch of Lisps, especially ones that are inspired by Clojure, but I do like the Janet programming language, not because we share a name. C# stream when? Never. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I actually really wanted to love some weird smell from the hallway. I actually really wanted to love um F#, but I just could not get into it. The like language, like the syntax, like ergonomics just weren't there for me. Dislike C#. I don't know, I'm just not a huge like fan of it, I guess. What about Rust? Try that. I'm not a huge fan of Rust. I read the Rust programming language book and I wrote some programs in Rust years ago. I just wasn't really a fan. Hmm. Should lower the redemption for OOP stream to like 300k. True that other person I aided was. Thanks to you, I use Claude Code. I really helpful. Okay. Good for you, I guess. Do I have do I have opinions on small talk or fourth? No. Guys, I don't hate C#. I'm just not like a huge fan of it. Some people say that like Gleam I've heard good things about. Man, people really gotta stop breaking the context menu on their websites. Like my huge frustration. Try to right click on something and it's like, actually, no. Don't be that person. Don't break the context menu on a web page. Yeah, careful, Matt. You're probably gonna catch a ban here if you keep acting like an idiot. Isn't contacts broken on purpose? What do you mean contacts? What the fuck? Alright, I give up on this search. Fuck it. Oh, actually, I kind of like that. People who don't think Zig is greater than C, poo poo head. I don't know. C was the first programming language I ever learned. Many, many moons ago. Thoughts on LeetCode? LeetCode has always just been like mental masturbation, really, and largely used for like screening people. C minus minus. Never heard of it. Alright, guys, I want to jump in the software and game dev category. First language was COBOL. Okay, so this should be good because this will be like the foundations for like the game itself, right? Hang on, let me fix OBS here. Yeah, I should probably I should probably create a different overlay for the stream when we're not. Create like a overlay for co-working streams. All right, okay, so let me start the process. You know what's crazy? We did some research into this sulfur. Because we were messing around with COBOL on stream once for the lulls. COBOL developers seem to make average money now. Like we were seeing jobs for like 80K, like very average money. And the crazy part about it is if you want a license for ZOS COBOL, the COBOL that runs on IBM mainframes, a personal license is like $10,000. How often do I use LLMs for coding? I don't know. I usually use LLMs to get up to speed on a topic very quickly. Um, if especially topics I forget, like high school physics, um, or like some boring stuff, boring repetitive stuff. But like, yeah, generally I don't really use too much LLMs. Hey, Footlong. Good morning. They're immune to layoffs. COBOL developers. I don't know. Like it's just weird. Like I like writing code, so I like writing code, so doing less of it just kind of seems a little strange to me. I'll say this like until I die, probably. Because some people, they're just like, they just don't get it. They just don't like. Some people, there's a lot of devs that actually fucking hate programming, and this is just like money for them, right? But I'm in a different position. What do you mean, Tannerex? I don't hate programming. No, I didn't say that you did. I'm just saying, like, there are some people that, they were just software developers for the money, and now somehow, if they haven't been, like, laid off, they're making Skrilla. So look at this. Oh, that's weird. Why is it sinking into the. Didn't do that last night. Kind of like sinking into the boulder. See the difference? Because I'm controlling it on the right. Well, maybe Emacs is in the way. So I'm controlling the character on the right, and I can push the boulder, but it like jitters. But on the other screen, it actually looks like it's moving the boulder. Except when it bleeds into it. I don't know what that's about. Actually, it kind of seems like the boulder dimensions are off. Oh, I know why. Messing around moving buttons around. These are dumb and seeing requests I could just get AI to do most of it and I babysit it. Yeah, I mean, like, people use it in different ways, I guess. Big boulder the shape of a square. Yes. Yeah, so it's like a big brown stone. But you can see on the left it's smooth, right? So part of this problem is probably server reconciliation, but I do kind of like that it like jitters a little bit, just a little bit on the player's end. So it actually feels, it kind of feels like it's something with weight to be moved, you know, when it jitters a little bit like that. Like it feels like it's like, does that make any sense? Hey, Bedro. Thanks. Yeah, everybody likes the fit today. The sweater is very, I don't know, sporty, I guess. Looking fresh. Interesting perspective. Fresh is not a word I would use to describe myself today. Oh. Sorry, I think I need to sneeze, but it's not happening. Oh, finally. Fresh year? The problem with this is that, yeah, some of the code can cause, like, we're colliding and then can, like, move it down a bit. So, obviously, there's room for improvement. I do think that it should be smooth instead of jittering back and forth like that on the client. I just don't know. I think what's happening is that the Yo, T2, what's up? You like the new chat rules? Hang on, I'm gonna blow my nose. Well, it's just like super annoying when I'm like working through a problem and somebody just like comes in and says brain dead shit. Like just use AI, just like super brain dead. Like, ugh, fuck, man. It's really annoying. And it's a form of trolling, so I just ban now. I'm just like, you're out. Always AI, but AI, it's super fucking annoying. I know. Like, it's like people just can't conceive that we're in it for the love of the game. It's just like people, it's just lost on people. I think it's because people actually fucking hate developers. Apparently, I didn't know this, but apparently people hate developers. Like, average people hate developers, so. I hate them right back. The bubble is bursting. Yeah, it remains to be seen. Erlon might burst. Markets are unbelievably optimistic. Like fuck. Bursting since 2024. destroying the PC industry. Yeah, it is actually. It's destroying the consumer PC market and fast. I saw Gamer Nexus documentary about this that they just published. What the frig? Apparently sales are down like 70, 80, 90% across the board for like consumer computing because the cost of RAM and hard drives is just so high that people aren't buying anything. The average person is being like, the thermal paste numbers were wild. Yeah. Like the average person is being priced out of the market. And now, and so like, and then like, yeah, you can't even like get away from AI. Google search is going AI only. Like Copilot keeps reinstalling itself on Windows. Like you just, like, yeah, they're kind of bringing us into this AI age kicking and screaming. We have the life opportunity of a lifetime to Big Short Nvidia. The only thing I think the only way that Nvidia stock creators is if there's some kind of like breakthrough in like computer engineering that lets people train models and run models without GPUs and cheaply, right? Economy is going to crater entirely. Well, I was watching a video about this last night actually. The sovereign debt crisis and all that junk. Sorry, I had something in my eye. They're selling shovels where hardware is sold. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, notwithstanding all the other market optimism, right? I think the only thing that could crash Nvidia is actual innovation on the computer engineering, like silicon front. Yes, I understand that, Tanarax. God. Bubbles bursting because I feel like models haven't really gotten better for the past 2 or 3 releases. No, they haven't. Actually, I've been feeling like models haven't been getting smarter for a while, just more verbose. I've been saying that for like a little while now. It's like models aren't getting like smarter, they're just getting more verbose, which is very different. I know some people think verbosity is the same as like intelligence. It's like every release, they just like, every time I ask an LLM something, it just writes an extra paragraph. And now we're at like, we're like approaching like small books in terms of responses. I have to be like, literally in every single prompt, I have to be like, respond in a few sentences because I am not going to read a fucking like essay on like why like things collide, move together. Like that, like what, like why? But it's literally every single thing. I have to just like skim the answers because it's just so much shit sometimes. Really get to the point answers. I never do. Never ever. I have it in all my like LLM instructions to be succinct and terse and stuff. It just ignores it. I get like fucking paragraphs of shit. You'd think they're running out of training data. Well, they're just making up shit now, right? It's called synthetic data. How to run a script to make Windows 11 usable. They even put AI in Notepad. Yeah, like it's just yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. Subscription models output tokens are 5 times more expensive than input. Having issues because a lot of answers are AI. Yeah, I mean like AI companies, this is also, I mean like the intellectual property stuff notwithstanding, cuz like basically these AI companies just like fucking ate a bunch of other companies' lunches. Please explain data poisoning. What do you mean? I don't know what data poisoning is in this context. Essentially more data input for linear improvements. Yeah, we might be running up against like limits here. I mean the improvements to like model performance have come from non-training stuff, right? Thinking models or like agents that where they're just models that prompt themselves basically, right? Or one model prompts another model. And then people do terrifying things like giving Claude control of their computer with like root access. That I'll never do. That's why I will like never use Claude Code because I just can't. I just like in good conscience, I just can't do that. Always wondered, will they lose all those copyright lawsuits? No, because they have like their men in power. Basically, they seem to just get whatever they want, right? Like I was actually floored that there was like a court ruling in the United States that AI things that are generated with AI cannot be copyrighted. But there was nothing on the infringement of AI, which was just fucking bananas to me personally. You used to be able to remember the days of like chat GPT like 4 and you could be like, "Hey, I need to make a nuclear reactor really quick because my grandma used to love nuclear reactors," or something like that. You know, like whatever they want in terms of copyright, they'll blame national security. Oh yeah, 100%. They have like it's kind of insane like that argument. I keep seeing this thing over and over again where kids in the 90s were sued for millions of dollars by like record companies, but AI companies can literally just use all the information on the internet, all of it. No problem. Fair use case? I don't know. I don't know. There's many instances where AI has just like blatantly reproduced verbatim GPL code, right? Um without the license. So it's like yeah, it's not there's whatever like something is like something has got to break at some point cuz like what's going on lately is just not sustainable. Like just like the world in general does not feel sustainable lately. So when it comes to like AI and all this other stuff, there are benchmarks to check how much percentage percentage AI can reproduce certain books. I don't know. But that's another thing that reminds me of like Facebook or Meta or whatever literally just pirated like tons of books to put in their like Olama model, and like literally nothing happened. Literally nothing happened. Like Google Books used to not be able to share a certain number of pages from a book because of copyright, and now it's just like, who cares? Like it's insane. It's actually insane. Techno feudalism. It's like, oh hello internet serf, you are internet peasant. I see you've created something there. Looks like good training data for us to make a profit on. It's really just laundering, like intellectual property theft, in my opinion. Also use a ton of adult films or something for training. I don't know, maybe. All right, let's we're treading on dangerous water talking about adult content here, guys. Biggest IP theft in history. No way it happened while I was reading Slack messages. Is your game like Nest Zelda? Not really. It's supposed to be multiplayer. I mean, technically it is. I feel like this is technically a game now because we can move stuff. Look, this is a mechanic. Whoa, it's crazy. Yeah, I try to keep it relatively family friendly here. Shedrun. Oh no. Progress. I know, I just want to know why the server reconciliation really doesn't like collisions. But if the, you know what's weird is that if the boulder is too heavy to move, which I can change by changing the threshold. Oh, by the way, yeah, so I'll share the fix with you guys here in a minute. Well, what it was. See here. Yeah, so if we want, so K, now that K is 1, the boulder should be immovable by one person. It will require two people to move the boulder now. Hey, Fallen Learns, good morning. Left. Wait for the state to load. The only problem is I can't play two browsers at once, so that kind of makes things challenging. Oh, okay. Well, I guess the boulder does move. What the hell? I asked Claude about this. Of course it lied. It's a goddamn liar. Claudies. Yeah, I'm gonna blame it on Claude now. Alright, let's see here. What the fuck? So, K doesn't work. Like you said. Popeyes last night? No, I was responsible. I went to a grocery store and bought I bought like roast chicken and roasted potatoes for lunch. Except I got lucky and I think the girl didn't understand how to work the scale. So I got lunch for like $7 yesterday, which was pretty awesome. Okay, set to 2 and 1 player can move the object. Yeah, it's 100 mass. Player has 10. You stinking fucking lying fucking piece of shit LLM. Based on SpaceX launch track record, Claude might be big step up. What bugs would be in a missile before they launch it? Why would they want something non-deterministic and that slow? I feel like we have learned nothing from the history of software engineering. Anybody remember the Challenger? The space shuttle that blew up? Like literally blew up in the atmosphere because of a software bug? No? I feel like we're just going to learn every single software engineering mistake again, but with AI. It's like, oh, why did the SpaceX rocket blow up? Oh, because of a hallucination. You were not even alive for that? Yeah, they teach it in software engineering classes in university. Cancelled. I mean, Peter Thiel's just evil. Like, plain and simple. That dude's just fucking evil, right? Oh my god! I hate Claude so much. I'm like, bruh, your shit doesn't work. It's like, just print it out and tell me what it said. Now show me your code so that I can turn it into training data. Like, go die. Like, I don't think this works. Like, if I just, like, do something like that. Okay, that won't work. That's too large. But if I do something like this. Up the consistency, yeah. Can I make a visual simulation of friendship? No. Didn't learn that in college. Talk is cheap. Show me the code. Show me the code so I can turn it into training data. An MCP server. Okay, so now it works. But I had to make K like impossibly fucking huge. And for some reason, oh god, so many bugs. Always bugs, so many problems. Giving billionaires dirty bomb material sus. Yeah, we're gonna have to have our own like Johnny Silverhand at some point. Like Claude code equals dementia programmer. Well, that's one way to look at it, I suppose. Oh, fuck. It's probably, I think I know why it collides like way too far in advance. So I changed the boulder. See how I used to do this? I used to grab all the players from the world, which didn't make any sense. Like, why not just grab everything that's colliding on this frame instead of being a bozo? And then in the player stuff, I just uncommented this to see if I can fix it, but basically I just set the position if the boulder has velocity. I just integrate over the velocity of the boulder with the time step and then set the position here. So that's how I fixed it. Undeclared use of K. Shut the fuck up. Stupid compiler. Why did I pick Clojure for this project? Because I like writing Clojure. Simple as that. I like writing Clojure. I have lots of experience with it. Thought, why not? Why not? It'll be a challenge. People aren't really... There's not a lot of people making web games in Clojure. Okay, that seems to have worked. Now the real question is... Oh, that's weird. Why did it go like... What? God. Like goes inside the... Only on the top and bottom though, not on the left and right. That's great. Oh, of course, you can just keep tapping right through it. Amazing. Sure. Let's go back to what we had, and then... A spaghetti mess? What are you, brain dead? I know exactly what I'm editing right now. Player objects. Game objects, player. This is an entity in an entity component system. It's called an architecture. Have you heard of it? I'm literally tweaking the feel of the game by changing values in an update frame. It's probably just because there's lots of comments around. I do tend to like comment stuff out that keep them around longer than they should. Longer than they should be. But let me tell you, this is pretty fucking far from spaghetti. I could draw this game, actually. I could draw out this architecture. Spaghetti code? Nora? Great, now I'm hungry. Yeah, I made spaghetti last night, actually. It kind of turned out shitty, which is like really weird for me. Collision share between two players? No. Players don't collide with each other because that would be a huge mess. And if there's like multiple players, like if there's 4 players, for example, 3 players could trap another player if there was a collision, right? So there's no collision detection between players. Visited a friend yesterday and we made some homemade hamburgers. Mmm. I like hamburgers. Yeah, this is a weird thing to me. The way that the entities interpolate a collision is like actually a little bit too far away from whatever they're colliding with. It's classic. Seems to be more than variable tweaks if you can tap through the collidable object. The reason I could tap through the collidable object is because basically I was setting a value on the state of the player saying, is this player colliding? This is the commented out portion you see right here where my cursor is. Right? And so there was probably alternating frames where it said colliding, not colliding, right? And so that's why I could tap through it, but I can't now. Well, now the block moves because I changed the threshold coefficient. It's actually crazy that I can move it with such a high coefficient. Vlad is totally wrong on this. Maybe I need to lower the mass of the player objects. And garden grown authentic marinara. Well, I tried to make my sweet red sauce last night and it just kind of tasted like vomit. It was kind of weird. I used like the good tomatoes, a shallot, the vegan butter. I've made that sauce like hundreds of times, and for some reason it just tasted like shit last night. I don't know why. Kind of disappointing, honestly. But fuck it, let's make the player mass one mass unit, whatever that is. Look, I'm allergic to dairy, okay? I have to work with with what I can eat. When did I start coding? When I was like 12 or 13 years old. So almost 20 years ago. Actually, over 20 years ago, now that I think about it, because I'm almost 34. Fuck! Alright, limit the player move it to set XY number boundaries. Yeah, I could, but I'm trying not to do that. That's basically how it worked before. Okay. Works. The collisions are detecting. They just don't render very well on... Maybe that's fine. I actually kind of want to like parlay some of this game code into the shooter game I thought of the other day. I'm still like, my brain still wants to make that game. What, Mike? The Shure MV7. Still on the right side of 35. That's true. Alright, let's see if we can move the object now. What I should do is I should create a CLJC REPL, and then I could just inject values into the running process. You thought I was 28? That's very flattering. Nope. Can't move it. Nope. 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 So yeah, I don't know what mass the player needs to be for the K value to actually make sense here. Because mass of 10 and a K of 20, player couldn't move. Maybe. Please don't ban me. I'm glad you're not using AI, but I'm curious what your reasoning is for not using it. Well, I've said a lot of times, but like, I like writing code, so it doesn't really make sense to outsource it to, I guess, a clanker for the most part. You ever smoke Hell Strong and watch Rick and Morty? Yes, I was a university student once, so. No, I like writing code. I always have liked writing code. In fact, reviewing code is kind of the worst part of being a professional software developer. So turning the job into only reviewing code is kind of shitty, in my opinion. But we're also getting to a point where people don't even understand the code bases that they're generating now, right? It's like, how can you be a tastemaker if you don't know what you're tasting, you know? It's like a guess. Big slot machine, right? I've heard of people saying, like, I saw Dylan, he streams sometimes. Apparently he gets very good results from agents by actually hand typing out the architecture of the application first, right? Basically the skeleton, the architectural skeleton, which is usually what I do before I actually fill it in myself. All in on being a manager of AI agents. I still understand review all the code, so I don't get that part of your argument. Yeah, but you probably don't like writing code then, right? You don't actually physically enjoy the act of programming. I don't know anybody that enjoys the act of programming and reviewing other people's code, right? If you enjoy reviewing other people's code and not writing the code yourself, you probably were like management track already to begin with, I would imagine. Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. Anani. Like that Twitch streamer. Definitely a code writing enjoyer. I'm just more productive now. No desire to be management. I like producing features. Well, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, some things don't always have to just boil down to productivity. I'm guessing this is probably somebody. I don't believe. Show the Stripe dashboard. Yeah, it's kind of weird, the obsession with productivity now. It's like people come in. We've had this a lot this week, actually, where somebody comes in and they're like, you could be so much more productive with AI. And I'm like, okay. I'm still writing code because I enjoy it, not because I want to be productive. Go ship a bunch of crud app features that you want to do. Go do that. There's more time to chill while I work from home. Yeah, you would have more time to chill if you were self-employed, I think. I don't think people understand that, like, the more this becomes normalized, the more that window is going to close for, like, getting stuff done. There's just going to be more and more ridiculous expectations on the average person. Again, we're not exactly obsessed with productivity around here, right? Productivity, that's for bosses. That's for, you know, justifying whatever you want from your workplace or something. I said this repeatedly today. We're in it for the love of the game. It's okay if you don't like writing code, but, like, don't expect other people to replace their enjoyment with productivity. It's kind of a weird obsession to come in here and actually just repeatedly say that. Extremers. Oh god, what is with my chat lately? It must be because of the videos. I'm more concerned about cognitive atrophy. Yeah, and that's a problem that's been happening. I mean, AWS had, like, that outage, and so they were like, oh, maybe we shouldn't be doing all this AI stuff. But the debt created is not. Infrastructure as code, eh? Hey, Retro. See, infrastructure as code actually seems like one of the more risky things to use AI for, because if it creates a mistake, that mistake costs real money, right? Hey, Luke Ward, what's up? Good morning. Welcome to the chat. Still fending off the productivity obsessed today. People are confusing the feeling of progress with productivity. A dozen features that aren't relevant to what you actually want aren't productive, even if they feel like it. Who knows, honestly. Oh, hey, EOD. I see you decided to come over to Twitch. Right? Like, if I wanted to, like, productivity max, this would be a project written in JavaScript or TypeScript, and I'd be using Claude Code, and, like, it still wouldn't get the physics right because I asked Claude to do the physics for this. Seriously. Claude literally wrote this and then explained it to me with incorrect information. This is Opus 4.7. Like, come on. Because of the main gain I get from AI, I never critique you doing your work the way you are. You know I can see your message history, right? So I'm just going to go back and look. Like, basically, yeah, all your messages are, like, obsessed with AI productivity. Are you a bot? I mean, you even said my code was a spaghetti mess. Have you looked at the AI generated code recently? Have you gone and looked at those features? 1,000 meetings a day kills programmer productivity more than anything. Still working on your SSH dungeon crawler idea? Well, it's not my idea. It's like mud, you know? Multi-user dungeon. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the slot machine thing. I feel like maybe some of the people on YouTube are right. That like people are actually just addicted to the slot machine effects of like code generation or whatever. Cuz it's just so weird to have people come in here and they just like so like obsessively talk about AI and productivity like it's all their like self-worth. Like it's so weird. It's like it's like a weird obsession that I don't understand. Like like I literally so I posted about this on x.com, the Everything Nazi app, and I said like I literally said, you know, I'm just like a painter and code is my paintbrush. And somebody said, what if you could tell the paintbrush what color to use and where to put it and all this other stuff? And I'm like, that's called a printer. That's a printing press. And you would be hard pressed to find a painter using one. Right? Like it just it doesn't compute to people. Like the idea of doing things for fun is basically dead, I think. Like people just like you literally cannot talk about a hobby without somebody being like, "Oh, like, you know, how are you going to monetize this hobby?" It's like I'm just it's just for fun. Like gambling brain, inherently lazy, I guess. I see myself as more of like I guess an artisan. I don't know. Said it yeah. Jay Wilkerson said it best. I love writing code. It's fun. What's next? Is the LLM going to have sex for me? Yeah, exactly. Context of your entire project. Far more powerful if it has the context of your entire project. Just just give up just give up your proprietary shit, bro. Give in to the AI, bro. Am I good at dynamic programming? Fuck no. Dynamic programming is very hard. It's very hard to find. I've never found a use case for dynamic programming in the real world. I mean, how many apps do you write that fucking, you know, figure out the best weight for a backpack? Never. See, it opened a can of worms. Well, like the only can of worms that it opened is people keep like associating productivity with like their happiness in life, which is a really fucked up way to derive, you know, self-worth or, you know, satisfaction in life. Um but yeah, no, dynamic programming, I have never seen I've never seen in the real world anything that requires identifying overlapping subproblems and then solving overlapping subproblems. But then again, I've only solved a few dynamic programming problems in like university when we studied that stuff in school. But it's like, yeah, it's very hard to identify the overlapping problems for it. Overlap these, overlap these. Uh, the fuck. Oh my god. What even is dynamic programming? Actual question. So, dynamic programming is a programming technique where the big problem at hand is actually composed of many smaller sub problems, right? And then solving these like overlapping sub problems will in aggregate solve the larger problem. So, one example of this is like counting coins, right? Because you have certain denominations of coins, and if you want a certain amount, you want to figure out the optimal like amount of coins for that amount. Then you use something like dynamic programming, or like the knapsack problem, which is like how many objects you can fit into a knapsack, uh, given the like the weight limit. Yeah, like I said, I consist of many smaller sub problems. Mm. Oh, fucking hell. Oh my god. Another thing I really don't like about brain dead development with AI is people are generating or they're creating like Git diffs of like thousands of lines. And it's like nobody can review that big of a diff. Like there's no way you understand what's going into the code base. There's just no fucking way, man. But productivity, I guess. Just ask AI to review it, of course. I gotta use the bathroom, guys. I'll be right back, okay? Hmm. BDD, brain dead development. Oh, I don't even know if it's my place to say anything. Talking about my client, because I'm like, but also I don't care, so that's another thing. Serious question in parentheses. Your parentheses would be opening parentheses or closing parentheses? Ooh, that's a tough question. Oh wait, we had some subs. Bedro, thanks for the 5 months. Chava, thanks for the 2 months. Oh, 6 months at tier 1. That's awesome. Meeting time. Is the rock rocking? Yeah. Yeah, it's a rock. It's a thing. Currently debating if I should even say anything about the insanity of opening a pull request with a 2,000 lines of diff. I mean, Copilot can't even fucking review it. Oh, which Copilot? Blood. Yeah, it looks good to me. Spend like an hour reviewing 100-line pull requests, but like thousands of lines. Yep, just a quick scroll. So stupid. Everything's just so stupid. I'm a defined true false. It's so over portion of the cycle. I don't know. Fuck it. Am I okay? I don't know. I'm just like, how much should I care? Eh, it's fine. Yeah. Well, the only problem is that like my client has hired some of these slop maxers, and so it's kind of like suddenly, very quickly, a lot of changes are going into the code base without much thought to it. Like a 2,000 line diff. Like, Nobody's gonna review that pull request. Nobody's gonna fucking review it. And this isn't a language that like LLMs aren't super great at, right? This is Clojure. It's not like JavaScript where they can just steal all the code from every website and train on that, right? Deny and just ask them to split it. Yeah, it's not really my place though, because I don't really open their client, right? I'm not like a full-time developer. So I don't know. I'm just conflicted, I guess. I mean, it'll be fine until something breaks, and then we'll just never find the root cause. Or something, I'm sure. What language is this? It's Clojure. No, so anything if it breaks stuff, you get to pay to fix it? That's true. Mm-hmm. Write JavaScript and then translate it to Clojure. Everybody loves that translation narrative. Like, oh yeah, we'll just translate it into blah 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 or whatever. It says on the internet. It says on the internet that I'm hungry. Where are we using X collisions and Y collisions? You mean X colliding and Y colliding? Mostly, this is just a signal to whatever else that we're colliding. I was using this like X colliding in the Boulder code, but now the Boulder just uses the quad tree. Oops. What did I eat for breakfast? I just had another Made Good bar. Yo, Chava. Thanks for the 10 gift subs. That's huge. And greatly appreciated because my editor is low-key kind of expensive, so thank you so much. It means a lot. Really. Giga Chad Chava here. Boom. I take it you meant to say I had yogurt with ancient granola on top. It was good. Head pats. Yeah, my head pat emoji is awesome. I've been thinking about getting more emojis done, except they're just all blonde hair variants. Why does it make you anxious, sub? You would love catch on again, people using debuggers. Yeah. The only reason I'm using manual print statements right now is because the progress, like using a debugger will actually halt a process, right? So I tend not to use a debugger unless I need to see what values are being passed around for this project, but often I do actually use like debuggers myself. I find debuggers like immensely useful. I think printing the state of the application can be useful too in some cases, but I definitely love using a debugger. Stepping through a function, inspecting values, it's just so much easier. Prints are okay. Yeah, like if I want my game to continue running, I think I prefer to print out the state of the game to see what's going on. Flowstorm for the win. I haven't really used Flowstorm before. Job security and the fact that nobody knows the true impact this tech is going to have in the future. I don't know, man. I have a lot of thoughts about the job market. Honestly, I'm like fairly certain most of the job market woes are like. Well, I've said this repeatedly, but I think a lot of it has less to do with AI and more to do with like the fact that there's just so many bad hiring practices in tech for so long. And then all of it went crazy during COVID. Literally the everything bubble, as they call it. Actually usable debuggers. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. The JavaScript debugger built into like Chrome, for example, with like breakpoints and stuff, I don't find it works very well. Like half of the time I'm like, what the fuck is this doing right now? Cider debugger is pretty good. GDB is good, but you have to really understand how to use it. That's why I really liked Grey Hat Python because it actually teaches you how debuggers work, which is really cool. JetBrains debuggers are good, actually. Yes, they whatever the one they ship with their Go. Or no, wait, what did I use? I don't know what it was, but I remember using a JetBrains debugger before. One of my favorite books I own. They updated it with Python 3. Oh, that's cool. Rad debugger. Don't they use Delve for Go? I don't know. Actually, when I was using, oh, this is like Ryan Fleury's thing, isn't it? Oh, we live in source map bundler hell world. Yeah, yeah. I mean for ClojureScript, like the browser debugger is not very useful either. Hmm. Hi, Kathy. Kathy64 underscore T. Give us the tea, girl. Well, I guess my client isn't gonna have a stand up. I have that Jimi Hendrix song stuck in my head. Along the Watchtower, I think it's called. Oh, Erica, that operator is thread last. I wonder if I can find it a good example. Yeah, so here's the thread last operator, right? Basically I take this let statement and it is fed to flatten as the last argument, and then the result of that is fed to into as the last argument. So these two statements would be equivalent. Here, I'll expand it out. So those statements are equivalent. This thread thingy and this thing. It's just really like syntactic sugar for readability. That's a Bob Dylan cover that Hendrix perfected. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I did kind of think that the lyrics were a bit different on that song for for Hendrix. Cash versus Nin. Readability? What is this? Work? Who needs readability, bruh? Nine Inch Nails song? Yo, I love Nine Inch Nails, actually. Okay, so what were you doing? I was like messing around with like values in the collision equation. Tweaking some knobs, so to speak. I still keep thinking about that shooter game, that zombie shooter game. I think it would be so much fun. This is the problem. Game developers do this all the time when they start a project and then they like keep making games. Although I think the thing about that game is that the core game loop is a little more thought out, whereas this game loop is not as well thought out, and I'll absolutely admit to that. So you don't need to do collision detection. Oh, I will, because there's like walls and stuff. My emotional support projects, all 5,000 of them. Yo, Retro, since you're from Finland, I might be out of line here. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm detecting a certain femboy energy from you. Also, have you ever I think there's a subreddit called :3 supremacy. :3 is supremacy. It's like a whole subreddit culture. Oh god, it's so funny. Yeah, exactly. It's okay, you don't have to answer. If you're not a femboy, I don't know what you're talking about, :3. Yes, exactly. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no worries. It's totally fine. Yep, definitely not a femboy. Masculine macho man Retro is would be my guess. Yeah, like I really want to make this shooting game. I need to finish a game though. I need to fucking finish something, you know? Like I did the game that I thought would take a week and it took me a month. That was the clicker game. So now I need to do the game that I think will take me a month, but it'll probably take me a year. This game I have no idea. And over here just outing everybody. I just have like crazy femdar. Like femradar, maybe. Yeah, my poor clicker game, which actually needs I still need to deploy those changes to like the difficulty curve. Apparently, making games is a skill set, and you gotta like ship games. Am I going Super Saiyan? Yes. But my hair is not standing up, unfortunately. I did change my hair. I got blonde highlights. And in August, I'll get even more highlights. So it'll be even more blonde and sometime in August. I'm very excited. I might have to go back and get some like toner though. Here in a couple weeks. The radar was a simple regex for :3 all along. You are correct. Oh, this is interesting. Hmm. 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 Oh, gross. Mm. People got to stop adding me on LinkedIn. You guys got to stop adding me on LinkedIn. It's oh, it just looked like this person added me, but they were in LinkedIn was like, "Oh, actually, do you know this person?" No. Why would I know this person? You may know this person. They have closure somewhere in their name or description or whatever. But yeah, I got a giant backlog of connection requests. Like trash website, yeah. It's basically Facebook now. John Closure. John Q Closure. Yep. So what's this game of boot? It's a boot it's supposed to be a co-op survival game, but it's kind of shaping up to be a whole lot of nothing at the moment since I can't stay focused. Well, I just feel like the zombie shooter game would actually be faster to develop because I already have shooting code somewhere and I have collision detection. So really, I just need to build out, and I have multiplayer code, right? I have literally have the foundational like building blocks here for this game. So all I need to do is create a tool that will let me like design a level in matchmaking and like zombie enemy API AI, not LLM AI, but like enemy AI stuff. Code survive development, maybe. I believe it was 1867 when John Closure carved the first parentheses from Pine Tree. That's funny they say it 1867. Did you say that on purpose, Retro? Because that's the year that Canada was founded. That's literally the year Canada was created. The British North America Act was passed into law by the UK Parliament, creating the Dominion of Canada. 1867? No? I see the chat rules have changed. Yeah. Oh, you guys, it's so tempting to just make the shooter instead. I wanted to make this like co-op survival game, but I don't know what the mechanics are. I know what the mechanics and stuff will be for the shooter game. I actually was writing them out. It's like, get these guns, and they do this kind of thing. Actually, I was thinking like you could implement a shotgun, and then like the shotgun has kickback, but if you're like moving in the opposite direction of the kickback, it'll move you faster. So it could be like a speed run type thing. And then like you can get more powerful shots that do more kickback. And so you like if you're doing the opposite motion thing, you'd be like boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Yeah, I put a lot of thought into this game already. Counter the recoil. Well, no, it's just going with the recoil. Besides, the players should be chased by zombies anyways through the loop, the game loop, right? Because like each map should have. It's basically 2D Nazi zombies in a browser. That's it. That's the game, right? Like you just go from room to room to room, unlocking the doors until you just like create a loop in the map, and then you just go around and around until the zombies get you, right? Um, Use that actual sound effects. What? What was this? What was the sound effect? Strong enough it could replace rocket jumps. Well, yeah, I don't know if it would replace like strafe jumping or whatever, but yeah, I've put like probably even more thought into this shooter game than I did the adult farming sim. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that could be the sound effect. Boom, 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 boom. Munda. Oh, yeah, that's where my brain is. I guess it's the crux of having, like, ADD. A zombie roar? Wouldn't it be like a moan? Don't zombies moan? Am I wrong about this? Oh, I'm trying not to get too excited. I know that I should finish this game first. But, like, this game is also, like, weirdly aimless. Because I haven't really been able to think of, like, the core game loop as well. I keep saying that, but I'm really just rationalizing abandoning this project for a new project. And then I was like, oh, I should go back to, like, building my own, like, framework tools where I, like, can generate the bare bones of a game project in Clojure and ClojureScript. Zombies just sounds hungover. Okay, then what should it be? What should chase the player? Robots? Terminator? Good old new project, yeah. Nothing beats that. Good old new project. Nothing beats that. Cats? No, because then I'll get canceled. Everybody loves cats, okay? Ew, ticks? Gross. They're too small, thematically. Humanoid robots could work, but they couldn't be, they'd have to be like basic robots if they could be like destroyed with a shotgun. New project smell? No, scope. You guys are increasing the scope of yeah, cats are great. Yeah, my girlfriend has a cat. So cute. So cute. Make a zombie game, you'll be happier and you can repurpose code from this game. Oh, that's so true, Bert. Oh my god, Bert, you are speaking my language. I'll have to think about it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I needed like a snack or something. Tuxedo cat? Yes. How did you know? How did you know this was a tuxedo cat? Zulfer. Cool name. By the way, Zulfer. I woke up to one of my Instagram reels popping. Everything's popping lately. Uh, the fuck? My Clips account already has over 100 followers. That's insane. I don't know what's happening. Snack time? Yes. Perhaps. Feeling kind of sluggish today, actually. Like I should have some coffee. And I would have had leftover spaghetti for lunch today if I wasn't a bozo. I literally left it on the counter last night. I thought I put it in the fridge. I woke up this morning, made my coffee, and there was the spaghetti on the counter. Fuck. God damn it. Yo, Normalizer, thanks for the 5 months of Prime. If you guys want to support the channel, you can buy subs, you can tip. YouTube, I don't have monetization on YouTube, so I just sit pretty, I guess. I don't know. Or just follow. Follow. Like, comment, and subscribe, or whatever they say on YouTube. Totally legit content creator, by the way. Are we doing pixel art? I suck at art, so absolutely. Click the bell. I'll make like little robot zombie things for this. It'll be really funny because it would be so bad. Well, yeah, these are the things I'm trying to like, because like I know that I'm good at programming and I can build I can program a game. What I need to get better at is like game design and possibly art. For the clicker game, I just had an LLM generate a picture of inhalers, cartoony pictures of inhalers, which I kind of like. 3D artist with 9 years in the industry, and I still suck at art. Yo, I love art though. I want to be like I like consuming art. I like seeing other people's art. Oh, maybe I should make. Oh, but if I make a new game, it's gonna be such a pain in the ass to get it like off the ground. Hey, Simon from YouTube. But I suck a lot less than 9 years ago. Oh, that's good, Brutal Sky. Yeah, my obsession keeps moving from like game idea to game idea. This is why I gotta get better and faster at making games. Because if I'm better and faster at making games, then I can just like I can act on an idea before I lose interest. It's kind of the important thing. Professional ADD haver. That's what being a streamer probably is. Professional ADD haver. Oh. Coffee number 3, maybe? Hmm. But I also don't want to like try to create tooling to generate like the coffee number 3 with a snack. Yeah. Perhaps. I don't want to like I don't want to have cuz I want to build like a tool that will generate the like from a template will create my my game architecture, you know? A little treat as a treat. Yeah. What am I coding on, Solman? Um what do you mean? Like what is my editor? Solman from YouTube? Am I saying that right? The editor is Emacs. Mm-hmm. Uh, Let me go take a look at the snack situation in the kitchen. Yeah, the situation is dire. I only have canned fish and cookies. The only snack in the kitchen was me. Maybe. Kind of a snack, I guess. Oh, chat. Convince me. Somebody talk me out of starting another new project. Like, I feel like I've made great progress on this project recently. We got client side prediction working mostly, and we got like I've got like boulder physics. I can't even talk myself out of starting new projects. Carrot sticks dev started an old project. No, I'm only gonna hype you up for the new project. Fuck. Just give up. Thanks, Brutal Sky. Completely from scratch. Well, I would definitely grab some of the like code from previous projects. Like, let me see. Let me see this. What does the shooting look like from the Piss Buckets game? The affectionately named Piss Buckets game. Uh Oh, that's right. Oh my god. Some of these entities aren't even fucking real entities. Maybe I don't have the shooting code. I mean, I've done it before, but they're very generic entities. They don't even have, like, components. My favorite Canadian blonde nerd streamer. Hi, Kim. I am good, for the most part. Where's Wind Up Boy? I don't know. Probably working. He's got to do work. I'm not sure I understand the zombie shooter game. But could it be a part of survival island farming game? Once in a while there's a green moon and the zombie hordes want to destroy your crop. Yeah, but the survival game keeps like expanding in scope because I can't figure out what the core loop is, right? The thing about the shooter game is that I know what the core game loop is. Hmm. Instead of a new project, how about a different segment for the show that doesn't involve coding? Well, I usually start my streams with just chatting. Spend even 20 minutes, document the game, ask questions, and fill it out. Yeah, okay, like, hang on. The Notebook. Didn't I show this to you guys yesterday? Can you see this? Bro pulled out the ledger. What the hell is that shit ass book? Yo, that's funny, Bedro. That's super funny. An actual death note. Yeah. Whatever project I write in this book dies. Good handwriting. Oh, you like that? Oh, you like that handwriting? Would you like to see more? Kind of like it. Yeah. I like having a giant notebook. Look how big this is. It's huge. But yeah, okay, so this is the design notebook, the game design notebook. This is where I design games and mechanics. I was gonna use it to design software, but that's stupid. Now it's games. Show us the doodles. Okay. Look, this is about everything I wrote on the island game. See? It's not very much. Oh wow, the camera did not like that. Actually, I wrote the most on the farming game. Doodles are great though. Doodles are key, okay? First of all, doodles are absolutely key. Yep, that's it. That's the notebook. That's the project Death Note. Every project that goes in here gets killed. Oh, what am I building up? Solman, it's supposed to be a multiplayer browser game, co-op survival, multiplayer browser game. Oh great, now what? Do I have a fancy pen to write in a fancy book? No. I just have like Bic mechanical pencils because I'm a peasant. Hmm. I feel a little lightheaded. Something is up. Oh. Hey, Kinslayer. Good morning. A golden Sharpie? No, I don't like Sharpies. I used to use Sharpie pens, but they like bleed through the page pretty aggressively. 1736 here. It's 1136 here. Oh, I do feel fatigued though. I feel like Kind of tired, kind of fatigued today. Whoa. Javi, do you live in Germany? Good old Finland. Nothing beats that. Not now. I live in Spain. Oh. I love Spain. I was there last month. Spain is so nice. Oh my god. I kind of want to move to Spain. Low key. A little bit. Yeah, what's it like to live in the future? Tell us. Hmm. Where? Oh, I was visiting the south. I was a bit visiting Marbella. It's like a resort town in Costa del Sol. I thought we'd have Back to the Future hoverboards by now. What's your longitude? Marbella is so beautiful. I know. It was like okay when we were there last month. Because like April, right? It was actually ended up being nicer when we went to Lisbon afterwards in Portugal. That was so nice. Oh my god. It only took like a month for Canada to get similar weather. No big deal. Almost June. It was almost June, and on Saturday we had a day of like +7. Kim, rub it in some more. Oh. Oh. 30°C yesterday here. Better weather than Marbella. Mm. Hmm. You know what, guys? I think I might take off a bit early today. I feel a little low energy. Kind of want to go get some lunch. Is there anybody in particular you would like to raid? Thanks for the stream. :3. Oh, you're welcome, guys. I may not be on stream tomorrow. I might take tomorrow off because Thursday is usually my fasting day. We'll have to wait and see. But I'll be back for stream all day Friday, hopefully. Whom should I leave you with? I want to know Canada. I lived in Germany. I want to go to another side of the pond. Canada's alright. The food's pretty expensive here, though. Did anybody raid us recently? Who should we raid? Quick, somebody throw out a name. You want to raid Zed? Alright, screw it. Let's raid him again. Bam, threw out a name. Easy. Easy peasy. Alright, yeah, sorry we didn't do much of anything today. I don't know. I've been sleeping well this week. Oh, need to get a good night's sleep. I was falling asleep last night. I was like drifting off like really quickly. I'm like, ah, good. Then I had that thing where I like you know what I like mean? Like I'm like woke up like right quick, and then like I had like mad adrenaline for like a while after that. Yeah. Next week we'll finish the game. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.